It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever at the Butterfly Palace. Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning on Tuesday. Hope you're having a good week so far. It was nice to see the sunshine yesterday, I can tell you that much.
It makes a big difference.
It does. It got up to like 60 degrees. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. And it's going to be warm today. It doesn't seem like, at least from what I can tell from the forecast, as much sunshine, but at least it's not freezing anymore. That's exciting.
It's not freezing, and that was nice. The boy was out playing soccer last night in shorts and a short sleeve shirt outside. I, of course, was bundled up with a hood on and all of that because it's chilly out at the soccer fields, but
yes,
it was nicer than it was a week ago. So
yes,
at any
while
rate,
you were at practice, I actually walked the dog outside, and it did feel like a slice of heaven.
Yeah, it was nice.
So,
nice.
All right.
Okay.
Here's a look at the news for the day. The man who stole from and vandalized New Covenant Academy was sentenced to 7 years in prison. 38-year-old man pleaded guilty to breaking into locked buildings and stealing items back in August on campus. He also damaged a surveillance camera in the process. A 9-year-old boy has a story to tell. He is okay this morning after being rescued from a grain bin in Clinton, Missouri yesterday. He was trapped there for hours, buried up to his chest. Emergency responders utilized a device called the Great Wall of Rescue, which was invented to rescue people from this very situation.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I was very curious as to what the Great Wall of Rescue was. So I looked it up. And I watched a video on how it works on YouTube. I'll save you the time. What it is basically long panels, probably 6 or 7 foot long panels, about this wide, maybe a little more than a foot wide. And they're thin. They're made of, look like thin aluminum, but sturdy. So what they do is they get above the person who's caught and they push it down. So now if I'm the person caught in the corn, I have this wall that goes in straight, and it's easy to push down because it's in corn. So they push it down. There's a wall that's in front of me, and they do that all the way around me. And these panels lock together. So now I'm encased in these panels, and I'm still in corn, but they start bailing the corn out of where I am. No more can get in around me. And they actually have an auger that goes down behind the person, and it starts twirling inside, and it's an auger inside a case.
But in this case, this is wheat, so not corn. I think it would almost be harder to.
It would be the same thing.
Same process, but I feel like it'd be harder to push down.
Anyway, the auger starts turning. It's inside a pipe, and it starts throwing the stuff out the top, and the person comes out. It's pretty cool. It's an amazing invention, and obviously worked in this case, and it also worked, I should tell you, on the YouTube clip that I watched.
Great Wall of Rescue. What a name.
It's an interesting name. Yeah, but it does the job in rural areas. Okay. City Utilities I did my homework on that story, didn't I?
I know.
More than you expected?
I feel like I've learned a lesson. It's 5 a.m. and I already know something new for the day. This is fantastic.
That's what happens on Around the Ozarks in 5. We go longer than 5,
Exactly.
But you may every now and then you're
going to learn.
You may hear something interesting every now and then. And I even acted it out. I thought about this ahead of time.
I appreciate the video in this case because I needed to see your hands doing the talking. But what we do know is most people listen, not watch. But that's fine.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
That's true. Well, you're out of luck if you're just listening because I just showed it really well, exactly how it works. You have to go find the video on Facebook. City Utilities is considering expanding bus coverage and reducing fare rates. Those recommendations came from a study into the bus service. Possible changes include more evening and weekend bus routes, as well as a 20% reduction of fares. Those proposed changes, though, could cost CU up to $250,000 more per year. So we will see what, if anything, they decide to implement out of that. But it looks like there's a lot of recommendations. And then there's this, if you're out and about today, the Kissick Avenue Bridge over Lake Springfield is closed for about the next week. Crews from city utilities are repairing a natural gas main, so you're advised to avoid that area all week long and next week as well. And then down in Branson, there are traffic delays on part of 76 Country Music Boulevard. A portion of the highly traveled road is closed between Forsyth Street and Dr. Good Drive while utility poles are replaced along that stretch. So the road is just down to one lane, which is kind of a mess. But
It's actually called Dr. Good Drive.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It would be better if it was
All right.
Dr. Feel Good, but it's not. It's just Dr. Good.
Right.
Uh,
Got it.
work should be finished and the road should reopen 1 week from today. So
All right. This is exciting. The newest attraction at Silver Dollar City will be ready to go. It's supposed to open in March. Talking about the new Fire in the Hole. I've been very excited about this. It's also in a new location within the park behind Fireman's Landing. It's going to be still an indoor roller coaster and one of the largest indoor roller coasters in the Midwest. The new ride pays homage to the old one. I don't know if it's the ride itself or the props or what.
Props.
And
both.
and maybe both.
Yeah,
but it
both.
is a totally new ride and location. This one I'm betting cost a lot more to build. $30 million is the price tag, and the old one was built in Ethan's birth year.
That's a good year.
That was a good year. You want to tell everybody what it was? Or
1972.
1900. In the year 1972, the year of our Lord.
Yeah, that seems every year it seems farther away. I know, it's weird.
It is weird.
They are using some of the same props from inside. So, it'll be retro. It'll be retro, but it should be
I like
fun.
retro. Let's do it.
Yeah. This was interesting to me. I don't know if you heard about this story, but we were just recently on a ski trip, so it hit home for us. Certainly not the ski trip this woman was envisioning. A snowboarder at Lake Tahoe had to spend the night in the freezing cold by herself in a ski lift gondola. Yeah. She was riding down the gondola at the end of the day, down the mountain at about 5 in the PM when it just stopped. It just stopped, and it didn't start again until about 8 a.m. the next morning. So there she was. Temperature was about 23 degrees. Somehow, she didn't have a cell phone. She's by herself in a gondola, which you're protected from the wind in one of those. So that's positive. But very, very cold and a very long time to be stuck out there. I don't know how she did it, because I would have frozen to death, because we were in those things and it's still chilly in there, especially, overnight it gets dark.
Yeah. Here's what we know. She was snowboarding. Therefore, she's got to be in decent shape, because I'm convinced that you can't snowboard unless you're in decent shape.
Well, we don't know how good a snowboarder she was.
And I do think you can ski even if you're not in decent shape. It's a different skill set.
Well, that could, I don't know what that means. That could mean less insulation, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. No, I know. But I'm just saying that it's helpful because if she had been frail in any form or fashion, and it's, 20s overnight, no sunlight whatsoever, and she's in there for 15 hours, that could have been deadly, to be honest.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, so there had to be like friction movement. She had to be keeping herself warm for an extended period of time, which would be very tiring, honestly.
She was screaming for as long as she could, and then she realized that I guess I'm on my own. Nobody's coming to get me. And she couldn't jump. You can't jump out of one of those gondolas; they're way too high. So she felt she was rubbing her hands and feet the entire time to keep them warm, because you don't want frostbite there. So that's what she did until they. Could you imagine? Turning on the gondola. No, not her. The people working the gondola. They show up in the morning. Hey, Ralph, how was your night? I had a good night. Good morning. They're drinking coffee. They turn on the gondola.
What
It
was the other
starts
guy's
moving.
name? Ralph and who else?
Sam, and they turn on the gondola, and all of a sudden this lady gets out, and they're like, where on earth did she come from? And she said, I've been up there all night. You
Yeah.
left me in the gondola all night long.
Somebody's
and I
head is
almost
gonna
froze
roll
to death.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh
Well,
man, Sam,
yep.
did you close last night? Because
And they're like, oh, for sure not. That was Lucy. Absolutely, it wasn't me.
yeah,
Nope. Anyway, I
Lucy.
think it's kind of funny. I mean, could she laugh about it today, or was it not funny at all?
I don't think she's laughing about it. She's probably going to sue. I would imagine, but we know this. She didn't even go to the hospital. She refused to go to the hospital.
That tells
So
me she was in good shape.
that's a little bit
She's
interesting.
She's okay.
Probably madder than a wet hen. Can you imagine?
It's a little bit funny. A little bit. I mean, it's sort of kind of a little bit. It wouldn't have been funny if it would have been an elderly person or a young child, but she's fine. Everybody, she's okay.
We can all laugh about it now.
Yes.
It was last week. You know, the warmer weather that we are experiencing here in the Ozarks has me thinking that baseball might actually at some point be played in Springfield again, because there for a while I was doubting that it would even be possible because of how cold it was for so long. But anyway, today is the day that the Springfield Cardinals are holding their job fair. So if you ever wanted to work for the Cardinals, today is your day. They're hiring everything from grounds crew to mascot, which would be fun to be Louis, wouldn't it? Concessions,
You know,
and
I
ushers.
think I might like better than Louis being the guy that sells like the popcorn or the frozen lemonade, like that walks up and down the aisles and he's like, for sale, lemonade.
You'd have to have
Okay.
some kind of interesting call.
I
to
would
get
I
their
would come up
attention.
with one.
Yeah.
Let me think of one. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know that I want to put you on the spot. It's a little. I don't know that we're going to get your best if
It's
you come
true.
up with it right
It's
now
true.
on the spot.
You're probably not. I mean, I do feel like I'm pretty good at coming up with songs though, but it's fine.
Oh, is it going to be a song? Anyway, it's today, 4 to 7 at the indoor training facility, just past the right field fence over there at Hammons Field, downtown Springfield. 4 to 7. Show up and get yourself a job.
Good times. All right. Now, finally, this, if you think you know trivia and you care to make it interesting, you need to be at Hy-Vee on West Battlefield tonight. It's trivia night from 6 to 8 at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee. There will be 5 rounds of trivia for teams of up to 6 people, and there will be prizes for the top 3 teams. To be honest with you, if Ethan didn't have plans from 6 to 8 tonight, which he does because we have 3 children running in 3 different directions all night, every night, you and Ned Reynolds could win this. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
If you need
Ned
some
could
extra
win it on his
cash.
own. If it's sports trivia, Ned could win it on its own.
Well,
He
yeah,
could
if it's
remember
sports, Ned doesn't need you. But if it's like history,
80s
music, entertainment, 80s music,
Yeah, 80s music. I could
specifically.
win.
Yeah.
They do that apparently. In case you can't go tonight, they do that at, like every Tuesday night over there at the Hy-Vee. So that's
Yeah.
fun.
You need to
That
go
sounds fun.
sometime.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Give Ned a call. I don't know who else. Who would be your third?
Chris
I don't even know.
Replogle.
Oh, Chris, of course.
Yeah,
Of
he's good
course.
with
Of course.
trivia.
Yep, he is.
All right. That'll do it for us on this Tuesday. Hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us.